everybody. Thank you again for tuning into the Brandi Pam podcast.
Thank you if you've already liked and subscribed episodes or our page. We appreciate the views and we appreciate your support.
You ever just like want to say something? You ever just want to say something and you just be like, what was I going to say? I was going to say like 3 different things at once.
You're like,
that's my own language. Thanks for tuning in. If you like the kind of stuff that we talk about.
If you like our conversations, please like and subscribe so that you can hear more of our conversations.
Yeah, you can even like pretend to be eavesdropping if that makes you feel better about it. Yeah, because like some of this stuff is not for everybody, but I say it anyway. All right, so we're going to get right into it. Today's episode is about where you ain't taking me on a first date, okay?
Oh. Okay.
That's what we're talking about today. Where you ain't taking me? Where you not going?
Are you
on
still going
date?
on first dates?
I'm going on dates. I'm going on dates.
Okay.
They're not the first ones though.
Okay.
It's like the umpteenth date.
Yeah.
You know. I'm with the same dude. He takes me on dates to the same places actually. We go to the same place.
No place new. It's like this is our spot. We're going.
And
half price wings or
right,
something.
The owner knows us there. He's like, hey, what's up? Is this to go or to you're going to sit down today? Oh, we don't feel like sitting. Okay, who cares? Pay for the okay.
Yeah.
What about you, though? Like, I know, like, you've got a really exciting life.
Is it exciting? I mean, I guess it could be considered pretty exciting.
If you acted excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm dating. So it is kind of exciting. More exciting than it was like maybe 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotten more fun.
I know you were a little bit stressed out a little bit, like just
stressed. I don't know if I would call it stressed.
Okay, so dating can be
okay.
It can be overwhelming.
There we go.
Overwhelming. It's like, oh my gosh, like I don't want to. It's like remembering who said what and like taking notes. Basically, you have to take notes.
It can feel like a full-time job when you're just getting back into it. I think that like when I first started, I was like taking it too seriously.
I remember.
I was like, I need to be unsingle very soon.
Yes, and find the right guy now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wasn't interested in really dating around, but
I'm sorry. I'm a little distracted because like, what is this mug that you're drinking out of?
You like it?
That's my father-in-law.
It's my favorite mug.
That is nuts.
He is so happy.
Who does this? Who gets a mug created of their favorit pictures? You are nuts. I told y'all Pam is nuts. Hashtag Pam is nuts. That's the kind of stuff she does. Who does this?
Apparently I do.
You're crazy. I've never seen anything like it. All right, so like we said, it can be like a full-time job when you first start dating, but when you settle into it, what have you learned so far about yourself?
About myself, I think that I've learned to start off with knowing exactly what I want and feeling okay about not everybody wanting the same thing. And like, just saying like, okay, we're not a good match and let that be that. Even if it's somebody that's a really good guy.
My gosh, people get butthurt though, right? When
Sometimes.
you're not a good match. They be like, oh, you ghosted me? You don't want to talk to me this morning? And their voices sound like this.
Surprisingly, like, I think the people who I wouldn't say I ghosted, but like the ones that I just didn't have room for, there wasn't anything bad from it.
Yeah.
I think we just realized that it wasn't a good fit and we moved on.
Okay. That sounds like really cordial.
I didn't block anybody.
Listen.
I don't know if they blocked me or not because I haven't reached back out to them. So like,
I guess dating.
We moved on.
I guess dating like in this day and age, or like when you're more mature, or when you're dating more mature people, they don't get all the jiggity about you not texting them every day anymore. It's like, well, we did that and it was dry. So
it's like we have nothing to text about. So
right. So where have you been on some first dates?
I've done like brunch.
Brunch sounds nice.
I like brunch dates. For all the people who
brunch is delicious.
Who want to say like, and I think that this conversation about like where people aren't going to go on a first date, it's because like a money thing, right? Because
right.
Women feel like, this is what I think. If you allow a man to take you someplace that is kind of not like below your standards, I guess.
Inexpensive?
Like inexpensive at the beginning, then it's really hard to try to get him to take you someplace nice later on. And I don't think that that is necessarily true. Like that's partially true, but not necessarily. Because if he likes you later on and he learns what you want, then he'll do the things that are going to make you happy. Like if he's somebody that's like you're in it with him, and if he's not, if he's somebody that you're casually dating, like he's not. I don't know. He's not going to put that much effort into it anyway. Like if it's not going to last.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure if it's so much about the effort that he puts forth because, when I was dating, I would go on dates with people and they would take me to wherever I suggested. So I think that there's no need for this list because you can just suggest the place you want to go. If he doesn't want to go there, maybe you're not a match, because if you are absolutely, I guess, adamant about going to a certain like spot, then you should be going with people who want to go there. That's all I got to say about that.
And I mean, I think the good, like, if there is a place, like you said, that you've been wanting to try out, give him a couple options. Like, hey, like...
Yeah, and he can look it up. Nowadays, you can look it up.
Like, there's a sushi place, like, here, or, like, there's a really great Italian place at this location I've been wanting to try. Like, boom.
I'm looking at this list, two options. I'm looking at this list, and it says IHOP.
I don't even know where the IHOPs are anymore.
Denny's. Who is going to Denny's?
You already
on
know.
A first date. Like, not on a road trip where you have to stop and get something to eat. But I'm talking about, like, a first date. Like, you can get something really inexpensive on a first date that doesn't have to be Denny's. You can go to ChickfilA, and it's delicious, efficient, and it's their pleasure. Okay?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, take me to ChickfilA. Let's have a quick chat at ChickfilA. I don't know. I think it's about, like, if he doesn't have the money to take you somewhere, like, really extravagant on your first date, and you're not looking for long term, then just,
But also, I think that some of the people who are complaining about this, it's like, all right, if you normally go to Denny's, then why are you complaining if he takes you to Denny's? Like, you like to eat there.
Yeah, I don't even know how they come up with, like, anything they just wouldn't ever do. Like, they're riding down the street, like, oh, put that one on the list. That's nasty. Don't put that on the list.
Now, a couple of these, like, all right, so it says, like, coffee dates. I don't think there's anything wrong with a coffee date. But I'm going to just say, if I know I'm just going to meet you for coffee, I'm probably not going to go home, get all dressed up. It's going to be very casual.
We're going to wear our workout clothes.
Yeah, like, it's going to be...
And you know what I like to do, honestly? I thought about this, like, recently. When you meet up with somebody for the first time, I don't think it should really be all that special. Mm-hmm. Like, it should be really basic, because you need to meet basic me. Because that's that's who you're gonna like. You're gonna like the inside, not pause. You are gonna like it though. But I'm just saying, like,
you just stop.
I'm just saying,
goofy.
I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna be basic on the first date. That's just my take on it.
And I think that that's good. Like, if you let him see you on a regular,
no
makeup, baseball cap, kind of like, hey, I just came from the gym.
I'm cute at the gym. I smell good at the gym too, by the way. I shower first.
I think, yeah.
But
I don't think it's anything wrong with, like, meeting up for, like, a cup of coffee, sit and talk for, like, 45 minutes or something, and then, like,
45 minutes to drink a coffee. That's what's up. That's a long coffee.
I'm just saying, like, if you're enjoying the conversation, I think 45 minutes is a solid. You might get a croissant too. Who knows?
What about Wingstop? Who in the world?
I had Wingstop last night.
With somebody?
I was alone.
All right, so check this out. If you went to Wingstop with a dude and he's sitting there with sauce and everything all over his fingers and his face, that's not your husband. You ain't got to look at that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, seriously, I am not trying to watch you lick your fingers and be all disgusting with it. You know?
The wings are good, though.
The wings are delicious. The wings are delicious. But I'm going with a homie, though. I'm not going with, like, a dude I'm trying to, you know.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, okay. So I think sometimes, like, if you're going out on a date that's too expensive, you get kind of caught up in the, oh, he took me to this nice place. Mm-hmm. And you're not thinking about how the date actually went. Like, was there a good conversation? Like, did you guys vibe? You're like, all right, I'm going to order this steak. I'm going to, you know, like, you're just taking pictures of, like, your plate and looking cute.
I'm having a lot of thoughts about this right now. There's an overload of thoughts about, like, what could possibly be happening in your mind on a first date. So you're going to a first date. You're at a beautiful restaurant. What you're going to be doing is analyzing his behavior. He's going to be looking at yours too. Does she have good table manners? Mm-hmm. Did she dress appropriately? Does he have good table manners? Did he wear a mock neck?
It always comes back to the mock neck.
Did he wear the right shoes? Are they too shiny? Did he wear patent leather shoes? Does he know how to dress for the occasion? So yeah, you can knock out a few birds with the first date, like knowing how he will present himself and everything. But you can kind of see that before, like, you could just kind of soft stalk his Instagram or something and see how he dresses. You know what I mean? Like, so that can't be your test necessarily. Why would anybody go to the gym on their first date?
That might be fun, though.
On a first date?
Maybe not the first one, though. I mean, I guess it just depends on, like, how fit you are and, like, if that's, like, really part of your lifestyle. I think it can get kind of competitive with a man and a woman, like, if she's very fit and he, like, I'm not going to try to outdo you at the gym, and I don't want to hear you grunting while you're, like, lifting weights and all that.
Like, are we going to be working out side by side? Are you training me that day? Like, this can be very sexy.
It could, but it could also be like, I don't want to see you again because you were talking to me like I was a man trying to train me, and I don't appreciate that. Like,
look, but it could be very sexy, though. I was thinking about this, too. Like, if I had a trainer for a boyfriend, like how Victoria Monet does, that's so hot. And her body looks so sick now.
There's some benefits to that, for sure.
For sure.
But I've been at the gym with people before, and I wanted to go home. I was like, you're mean. Like,
yeah. I don't know. I don't think I would do that for a first date. I think we'd probably do that after we're pretty established that we're at least friends. You know what I mean? Because I'm not working out in front of you the first day. I'm a little embarrassed to work out in front of the strangers at the gym.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and then, like, you start sweating and...
Yeah, and who knows what could happen. Like, what if I get up and there's like a little sliver of sweat on the little seat? That's gross. All right. So what about Chili's? These are chain restaurants.
So these are
chain restaurants.
So every chain is not created equally. Like, there are some good chains.
Like Benihana, is that a chain?
Benihana, I think, is a chain.
Okay.
Ruth Chris is a chain.
I've never been to Benihana.
No? Mm-mm. I think I have been. It's been a while.
Yeah, I've never been there.
But everything that's on here is not terrible.
Nightclubs? That's where you meet somebody before you go on a first date.
I think ice cream is a great first date.
Ice cream is an amazing first date.
Like, that would be so fun.
That is a very
Why
fun
would y'all
first
say
date.
no to that? That's corny.
What's the most bizarre first date you've ever been on? Like the first, not necessarily calling it a date or anything, but just like the first time you hung out with somebody. What's the most fun but bizarre place you've ever been?
I can't even recall that I've been someplace that was bizarre.
No, to go with like a guy that might turn into a romantic interest.
I don't know. Do you remember me telling you about a place that was like kind of crazy? I'm just trying to think.
No, but
I feel like
I can think of some times when I hung out with somebody and it was like kind of a strange place for us to end up.
Okay, where did you go?
The supermarket to get ice cream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I thought that was the most fun I'd had on like a first date. I mean, up until that point in my life, it was so fun. And I remember it, like, I remember the joy that we both felt with being with each other. And that was nice.
Yeah.
So it's about the experience for me. It's not
Right.
necessarily like the supermarket. We spent $5 a pint on these little Ben and Jerry ice creams, right? But that was a $10 date. It was so fun.
I think
You know?
the object is to like really get to know the person, and you want to create an environment where they're going to be comfortable and that you're going to be comfortable. Sometimes like when you have to get all dressed up, you're too worried about how you're going to look.
Yeah.
Like, is my hair perfect? Like, does this dress fit me perfect? You're not going to like laugh the way you want to laugh. And
I know. I like to.
you know, like, you act different when you're dressed up.
Cackle it.
But I want to have a good time. Like, that's why I like activities.
Yeah,
like,
you do. You like to do something.
I want to
like,
do something.
I want to go horseback riding or mini golf or something. Like something fun, like where you can express yourself. And
I want to see if the person is going to laugh, how they laugh, what they think is
Yeah.
funny. Like, do we like have
vibe.
chemistry?
Yeah, totally.
You know, all of that. And
That's
I
where
don't
you
think
see
you can't do that always with like a sit down dinner at some like fancy place.
All right, so let's be reasonable about this. I'm going to say that the best first dates are places, this is just like what I'm gleaning from like our conversation now. I think the best first dates are places where you can be expressive, places where you can be yourself, and places where you can actually interact. You know, like you can't go to the movies on a first date. What is that for? What are you doing at the movies on a first date? You don't want to go to like second base unless you're, you know, going there just for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just why go to the movies? Like, save the movies for when you already have like got a lot of conversation out of the way.
Yeah.
And you know you both wanted to see the movie really bad, so that way you can discuss it afterwards. I cannot stand when I want to talk about a movie and somebody didn't get it or whatever.
Right.
You know, it's like, man, why didn't I bring such and such instead?
Yeah.
You know. That's kind of how I feel about movies.
Yeah.
Don't take me there.
Now,
Not on a
going
date.
to a person's house on the first date, I would say is a no. Unless like,
Because we're reading this list and it says going to a person's house.
yeah.
Why?
Unless you know exactly what you want
Like,
from that
I've
experience.
actually been to someone's house on a first date before, but it was after we met in person, obviously. It wasn't like an online thing back in the day, because I'm telling you, when I dated, it was so long ago. But I went to someone's house, and I really liked that he had a lot of incense and plants.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I gleaned from going to his house on the first date. Was
Okay.
like, oh, he had incense burning and plants, and like that was my style. But other than that, I was like, what am I doing here? What am I doing
So
here?
like,
What am
yeah,
I doing
like,
here?
so what are we going to do? Like, now
Yeah.
that we're at your house.
Yeah, what are we gonna do? Oh, I know.
Right.
Oh, I have an idea. Want to watch me dance? You know?
Okay, so number 22, somewhere that requires a long drive. I think that actually is a good idea. Speaking of,
Requiring a long drive.
I think that that's cool.
I don't know. What if you realize early on in the drive that you don't trust his driving and it's a long drive?
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, you got to go to like, I don't know, from Philly to DC or something like that.
Yeah.
Don't take me to DC.
No?
Like, not from Philly. You might as well just take me somewhere local.
I think if it's a first date and I don't really know you that well, I don't want to go on a long drive.
Yeah.
But long drives are good, like, once you've, like, already kind of established something with that person.
You know, you like the whole long drive thing because you're a caresser. I can tell that about you.
Am I?
Yeah, because you're not like...
I was just thinking that, like, you could have, like, a lot of
you
conversation.
save all that energy for the right person. You save it
Okay.
up. So you probably be like, you're finally here. And this long drive, I'm going to touch the back of your head. I'm going to just grab your hand and, you know.
Have you seen me in a car?
I can imagine.
Okay.
I already know how you are.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, like, a long drive could be really nice once you already know that person.
I have seen you around somebody you like before. I have. And you become soft. Like, you soften like butter.
So, what am I normally like then? I
don't know if I'm like that
I
at
was
all, but I know
always
you are.
soft.
You're no. You are just like, sometimes you can be teacher Pam. Most of the time you're just kind of like moving and grooving because you
Okay.
have an agenda all the time. You've always got a plan. None of Pam's days are wasted. None of them. Like, she can never say like, oh, I did nothing today. I laid around. I had a plan, but I didn't execute. That's not her style. if she had a plan, she executed. You do need a day like that.
I just need a day to just like.
But she'd have to plan it. She'd
I know, plan it out. I was going to say, I'm planning that day out. Like,
yeah, today,
3 weeks from now.
Today I'm going to do nothing. I'm going to do nothing at 4:00, you know? So, yeah. So I know that, like, that about you. That you are kind of like just, you're a focused person. But when you get to be around somebody who actually is careful with you and likes you and kind of like just starts to take care of you, you soften.
Oh yeah, because then I feel like I can relax. I'm like, oh, let me just sit back a minute and
just being so relaxed and chill. You change. You
Yeah.
change. I have to get used to that Pam again when you find somebody that you actually want to settle down with, because that'll be like,
you'll know.
oh, here they come.
You'll
Because it will be them, and I don't mean a singular. I mean plural. I mean plural, them. Okay? Them together. We belong together.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I don't think that there's any place that I wouldn't go on a first date based on this list. It's not about, like, what he can afford or how much, how much taste he has or class or anything like that. I think it's about the quality of the person and the quality of the conversation.
Yeah.
I can go to a Wingstop, I guess, but do I want to do that? Necessarily, no. I'd rather meet at, like I said, I'd rather meet at ChickfilA. I like ChickfilA.
That chicken sandwich we had earlier was good.
It was so good. It was like a limited time, like pimento. I don't know. It was delicious.
And nothing is wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. Like,
nothing's wrong with that. Oh, did you see the little spoof with the guy who was taken to the Cheesecake Factory? That was funny as ever. I was like, oh my gosh, what if dudes did act like this? Like, she took me to the Cheesecake Factory. Oh, she took me here. But you know what? I have been taken to the Cheesecake Factory, but I was young. I was like in my 20s. I mean, at this age and at this level of my life, I would say on this level, I've been to a lot of places. Yeah. I've been all over, well, not all over the world. I've seen a few places, but like, I like to go into the cut. Like, I want like the little independent mom and pop restaurants. I want to go somewhere where like something is going to be delicious, simple.
Like, introduce me to something that I haven't had before. Like, if you're going to take me to a restaurant that is just like, okay, I've been here a million times with my parents, with my kids, with my girlfriends.
Yeah, totally.
Like, I want you, like, what are you bringing new, something fresh to, like, my situation? You know what I mean?
It's really all about taste. Like, if you can't get with me with the eating, then we can't hang out together. I like to order stuff and share it.
Yes.
I think we're just talking about restaurants, though, at this point.
Right.
Like, and we ate already, so I know we're not hungry.
I know.
Because we ate Chick-fil-A.
Yes.
I'm going to say Chick-fil-A so many times. Chick-fil-A. So delicious. It's closed on Sundays, though, y'all. So if y'all watching on Sunday, you can't go.
We good?
So, in conclusion, what do you think is the best first date?
Best first date. Let's do something fun, an activity. I'll do bowling. Axe throwing. I still haven't done that. I keep saying that I was going to do it.
Would you go like somewhere completely free, like a park, and like go running or go for a walk?
I would do that. I would take a walk. Walking is free.
Walking is free.
I will eat.
Does that make him cheap because he took you for a walk? No. It makes him like smart.
Yeah.
Somebody decent take you for a walk and talk to you and get to know you. You know what? Here's my advice, young ladies. Okay? You want to get down to the nitty-gritty of it all?
It might be some gentlemen that are watching too.
But I'm talking to these young ladies that made this list. Okay? If you want to spend quality time with a person, it really doesn't matter where you go or where he takes you. As long as you're having fun with that person, as long as you're enjoying his company, that's really all it's about.
I agree.
All right, so thanks again for watching. We had a great time.
See ya.
Peace. You do it too.
That is so. But you could.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hey.
Hi.
Hey there.
Welcome to the. we can't do nothing without